Marvel Rivals developers are allegedly hiding fake heroes in-game files to catch leakers. Ooh, baby, how clever. How clever. This is a report from Tom Henderson on the one and only Insider Gaming. You can see Visceral put this tweet, X post, whatever, out and says, this is not 100% confirmations that they're all coming or when they will come. This is just to show off these actually exist. All hero tags can be found in Marvel content, and then they share the folders. Ability tables are too long to fit in the screenshot. So you see that they outline like Gambit, ooh, Bullet, oh, different abilities and different things. And this is really, really interesting. So new claims have hit the internet. The Marvel Rivals developers are adding fake heroes within the game files to confuse and catch leakers. Or are they? The discussion first appeared on Marvel Rivals Leak Discord channel, where data miner and leaker Kione, maybe, posted that NetEase is likely adding fake heroes to the game in order to confuse data miners. Hello, everyone. Quote, hello, everyone. It has come to our attention that the devs have set up characters to catch leakers. Not only the ones in the code, but potentially insider sources too. Kang will probably explain this more as we go on, but here's the current list as far as we can figure out. And then he posted a picture of characters that he believes are not coming to the game that they're using to catch people. This is kind of interesting because you think of it from like the devs' perspective. They just want to figure out where the problem child is. Who's the one talking? And these companies go hard with it too. I mean, they dig into these like people's emails. They dig into the company emails. I mean, they dig into everything they can to try to figure out who is responsible for the leaks. And this has even been a thing, you know, I've heard stories of like other companies, not to be too specific, but there's another company that has had a problem with one specific person that leaks stuff all the time. And there's little bitty things that leaker will say, where he'll say something like, you know, I heard this number with regard to this stat, you know, I heard there's this many players, or that they had this many things canceled or whatever. And they'll have that number that they can then take and look through their internal communications to be like, okay, who was told that number and could be the one leaking it? And it's kind of, you know, roundabout way of basically just saying they can start to disseminate information that's slightly different to a bunch of different people and figure out where the leak is happening as a result of that. So if they go to the gameplay design team over here and they say, oh yeah, we're adding this character to the game, we're actually going to add freaking, I don't know, Joe Biden as a playable character. It's going to be awesome. They tell those people that. And then they tell this other group, hey, we're adding Trump into the game. He's going to be a playable character. They're like, oh, cool. And then the leak comes out. It's rumored that Joe Biden is being added to the game, to Marvel Rivals. Then you know you're dealing with this group right here. You were never going to put either of them in the game, but you know where it's starting. And this immediately reminded me of another story from a few years ago, actually. But basically, Elon Musk revealed how Tesla caught an employee who was leaking confidential information, because there's a lot of like little bitty tidbits and techniques that they use. And what he said was, Mars said, Elon, in 2008, how did you catch that employee who leaked the confidential data of Tesla and sold it to the news outlet? And he said, that is actually quite an interesting story. We sent what appeared to be identical emails to all in the company, but each was actually coded with either one or two spaces between sentences, forming a binary signature that identified the leaker. Because what would happen is the person would just take the text, copy it, and then paste it into an email, sending it to the journalist or whatever. And then the journalist would copy it and paste it into their article and never think twice about it. But they could then, on the back end, Tesla could go in and see, okay, there's one space. Oh, there's two spaces here. So, you know, 1, 2, then here we've got, okay, that's a negative. Okay. And then they could figure out what the binary signature is to identify the leaker. Super clever. And this, to be clear, this is not just a Tesla thing. This happens in many companies, okay? But it's interesting to see them using similar techniques to try and catch the people that are leaking information about playable characters in the future for Marvel Rivals of all games. I didn't realize that there was this big of an industry tied up to the leaks of Marvel Rivals, but apparently it's hotly debated and desired. I mean, the game is huge. The game has continued to just exceed expectations. I'm still playing it with my siblings. My wife plays it all the time. It's just continuing to smash records and expectations. It just goes to show you, like, you make a good game, even if it's kind of similar to some others, people will flock to it because it's good. Like, that's the thing. You have to have some novel ideas. You also have to have fantastic post-launch support. It has to scale well. And I think it also, in 2025, probably needs to be free. Like, honestly. I don't think you can get away with this charging like 40, 50, 60 bucks a copy. And that's been one of the more surprising elements of Sony's goals, is that they want to do all these live service games, but they want to charge a premium for it. And that just to me seems so stupid, I think is the term technically. Because what they're doing is they keep pointing to like Helldivers 2, and they're like, hey, well, that sold for 40 and that's a multiplayer game. So we should be able to sell Concord for 40, and we should be able to sell Fair Game $sign for 40, 50 bucks or whatever. And then they're shocked when it doesn't work, you know? But that's part of what makes it so funny, is they just don't learn. Because there's already rumors that Fair Game $sign is expected to have a premium price tag. We'll see. We'll see what the game is like, actually, like when we see gameplay and stuff. But I swear to God, if they try to sell that thing for 40 bucks or 50 bucks again, and then like, why is no one buying it? I'm going to laugh so freaking hard, dude. Anyway, the Marvel Rivals continues to pop off. It's killing it. They're doing amazing. And they're trying to catch leakers. So people gotta watch. And then they're doing other stuff like putting fake characters in, allegedly, to catch, or not catch, but to confuse data miners and people that are trying to, get Twitter engagement or something by saying, oh, this character is expected to come, and then it never comes, and they lose credibility because the devs are messing with them, which is a little funny. It's a little funny.